Okay then, that was a strange way to end this show tonight. Wow, Raw, this was a go-home show. Why would they lie about the time? Where do I begin here? What a strange ending. What a very, very strange ending. But, what do I have to say about Monday Night Raw, huh? What do I have to say? You know, it's funny, too, that I looked at my DVR and I heard about this on the internet throughout half the day about Raw being like twice as long tonight. Because I looked on my TV, the show was supposed to end at about 10:35 p.m. But it still went off at 10 o'clock p.m. It started at 7 and I'm sitting there like, I'm hearing Raw's going to be extra long tonight. Was this a hook just to get people to watch the show? Because that's what I can really see from this and everything. And I'd see it didn't that go because I'm wondering like this show's about to go a whole another hour once it got to 9:30 around here. But then it ended at 10 o'clock in a very strange main event we'll get to. But I guess that was a hook to keep people in, or I just thought more was happening since this was a go-home show. But where do we begin in this go-home show before the Royal Rumble? Which, honestly, I didn't even know the Royal Rumble was this week technically, because number one, I felt like they barely built up the Rumble, if you ask me, and maybe some small doses on that. But have they really built the Royal Rumble match? Well, it built itself, but no, a lot of things just kind of odd tonight. Which some stuff was kind of good, but maybe started off strong in some ways. But when you get to that third hour of Raw, you know it's going down the crapper, okay? So, where do we begin with this show? Number one, welcome to, I guess, my Monday Night Raw review. Also, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Excuse me. And whatnot. And everything. Remember, this is still a very important holiday, even though if people say they have a day off. It's like someone explained to me earlier. Gotta look at the history behind it. Hey, justice anywhere is injustice everywhere. But where do we begin with this show for Monday Night Raw for this go home show? What are we, January the 20th? It's gonna be a lot of shows this week if you ask me, including still got that Worlds Collide show coming this Saturday. But Monday Night Raw, where do we begin here? We begin it with Seth Jesus out there, his shirt, which he's basically Jesus now because he has the church-like shirt. If you know, like the stained glass in a church, he has his face on it with his new team. They all have suits on, AOP and Buddy Murphy as Seth Rollins' disciples, I should say. Where was this? Wichita, Kansas tonight also, by the way. And he talked about taking over as he still has that black glove on his hand and everything. And, you know, he talked about Murphy and I embraced his fate last week. And he's on the right side of history right now. And he joined by taking out the Big Show and whatnot. And as he hugged them and everything, Rollins says, this is a crucial time for fans that you all have helped. But in these times, the battle lines have been drawn. And now anyone in the locker room, which side do you decide on? Either you're with us or you're against us. Kevin Owens' music came out then. Owens pretty much says, you talk too much. As Samoa Joe was with him. Owens pretty much said that, listen, you took out the Big Show last week, and that was the easy task. I guess we're not going to see Big Show this week, and he'll be back to deal with you guys eventually. But right now, we got a bigger problem, and that's getting rid of you. And Owens pretty much says, you know what? We need to have less talking and more fighting. And pretty much Rollins says, if you want to fight, let's fight then. Come on. Rollins pretty much said, whatever the proper time and the proper place. But Joe pretty much says, you know, come on, Monday Night Messiah. Why don't you just, come on. And you and your lawyered up asshat out there. Let's do this thing. Rollins pretty much says, listen, you want to fight, come on. But you got the dance with Destiny. Joe said, you're an asshat and your listening skills are not good. He said, come on out, boys. The Viking Raiders came out then, or the War Raiders, to come help. They brawled with them as Seth pretty much got out of the ring as Joe Owens and the War Raiders cleared the ring then after that. So it makes sense in a way, which, you know, I say finally, because number one, War Raiders finally get some competition, as so we thought, though, against AOP, because I believe the War Raiders have beaten every team in WWE right now, or on Monday Night Raw in general, which, come on, they were still facing job guys last week, or it was the Singh brothers, or whatnot. So, finally, there's competition. But yes, it does make sense for them to face AOP, because like I said before, they don't have any teams to face, so this makes a lot of sense in a way. Because who else were the War Raiders going to face? Next, though, a match that should have main evented the show, which I don't understand why this was the first match of the show. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas for the United States Championship in a ladder match. I would say this ladder match was very brutal to watch. Very dangerous, too, if you ask me. Because there was some tough spots, and this match went nearly 20 minutes, too. I gotta say, both of these guys took a beating out there. I will say that. Because one thing Rey Mysterio did, he did a Hurricane Rana from the top rope. Almost, he hit the ladder, but he almost hit the back of his head, like his neck almost hit the ladder. Like he missed the whole shot and almost hit it, hit the ladder and everything, which would look kind of brutal. Of course, they had 2 ladders in the ring then. Rey threw him into one. And I remember the ladder almost falling on Rey. Almost did the 3 Amigos, which he did the third one on the ladder then. After that, they had the 2 ladders in the bridges, by the way, as they were both climbing. Mysterio climbed up there. Rey almost had pretty much grabbed Rey, like he was going for a gory bomb, but Rey flipped him over into a sunset flip, which still looked pretty brutal, by the way, too, on the way down. Rey pretty much put him into a 619 then after that. After both of them crashed into the ladders. I feel like Rey hit that ladder a bit harder first, though. But after Rey 619 him and everything, knocking him outside of the ring, they got another ladder in there. He climbed the ladder then. This was another brutal spot. He climbed it. He grabbed the the thing that was holding the title, or the thing where he's got to unhook it. He was holding on to it. And this was a very dangerous and botched move. I almost thought Rey broke his neck right here. But I think Rey was supposed to go for a Hurricane Rana, it looked like. But almost grabbed him. But Rey hit the ground, the back. You could tell he just hit the ground. Almost the back, his back and neck hit it. And almost still had to hit the Hurricane Rana move. I think Rey was supposed to do it without touching the ground. But he hit that ground hard. So that was a very tough looking Hurricane Rana. But, Rey still got up. I guess it was the adrenaline and everything. But Rey got back up after that very botched Hurricane Rana and whatnot, hitting his neck. He climbed up the ladder again, but Zelina Vega climbed up the ladder then, blocking him. Vega slapped Mysterio and almost ended up hitting a big hammerlock DDT on Rey through the ladder. That was bridged, by the way, breaking the ladder in half. Almost climbed up the ladder, winning the match. I would say very brutal match. Still a good ladder match, too, but just some hard-looking shots. I think the worst spot out of this was that Hurricane Rana when Rey, like I say, he was hanging off the top of the thing and almost grabbed him, and it was supposed to be a Hurricane Rana, but Rey's back of his head and neck just hit the ground very hard that you thought it was a power bomb and whatnot. But I gotta say, both of these guys nearly killed each other out there. I just don't know why this was not the main event of the show. I would have put this in the main event, not throw it off at the beginning. But of course, you were gonna hear "holy shit" chants right after that. Next, Vega pulled up the ground ringside, the mat, and almost was about to go for the hammerlock DDT, but some guy in a Rey Mysterio mask showed up then. It was Humberto Carrillo, who got no pop, by the way, no reaction at all when he took his mask off. And he fought Almas off then to get him away from Rey, so I guess he's going to be going next for the U.S. title. Where does Rey come from this? I don't know, but I guess he's got to get payback from him, but come on, does anybody really care about Humberto that much? I get they're trying to get him over, but he got no reaction when he took the mask off. It was very flat. Not a lot of people was cheering, nor do I think they knew who he was to begin with. They just thought it was just some guy in a Rey Mysterio mask helping him, unless they watched the show and they know who he is. But I don't think a lot of people really care about this guy in general either, okay? But Still a very good ladder match. They played the MLK video package. It was a big applause. Aleister Black kills some random guy in literally, 8 seconds, I think. He ran into him, Black Mask, it was over. My friend Steven asked me this. So, Aleister Black is going back to facing jobbers, huh? He beats Buddy Murphy 3 times and beats him last week. So, you have no competition for him. So, let's throw him back against random job guys. Never even got the guy's name either. Black just killed him, okay? But, hey, he's in the Rumble this Sunday. Hopefully, we see some more from that. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out. Paul Heyman's suit looks like the Joker suiting away from that Joker movie. Not all the way, but something about the jacket makes it look like it. But Heyman came out. He talked about the Royal Rumble. Talked about Lesnar, the spoilers or whatnot. And that, he is going to enter first. He's going to throw everybody out of the ring that is contracted, all 29 people in the Rumble, to get rid of them. And that the winner of the Rumble will choose the champion he faces at WrestleMania. And he didn't that there's not anyone in the locker room who was worthy enough of main event at WrestleMania with him. People booed. Heyman said, "Timeout. Who the hell do you think you all are? You can't boo Brock Lesnar." And that you fans believe that anyone in WWE or anywhere else is going to beat him. Come on, I'll wait. Come on, what do you got? Ricochet came out, and the minute I heard Ricochet's music, I did this. Superhero. And this did not go over well. No one does not care about Ricochet that much. Let me say that. Number 2, Ricochet is not a good promo. We already know that. And I just thought he looked like he looked like a geek out here for some reason. He did. And, Ricochet talked about, he heard whispers about everybody's being afraid of Lesnar, but, he's got a risk-taking style. All the dives and stuff he takes right now, it's all risking, but afraid is not in his vocabulary. Heyman pretty much says, listen, you must have an education of Wichita tonight, because, listen, the Hungry Champion is here, and you'll lunch me, so get your ass backstage before you get hurt, as Heyman said. Ricochet pretty much saying, I'm going to stay put. I'm not afraid to get in the ring with Lesnar. He looked at him. Brock laughed. He says, now that I'm in the ring, I'm not afraid to challenge you to a fight. Brock looked like, really? And whatnot, as he just laughed and he walked away. And Ricochet, I guess you're scared then. Lesnar turned around and just kicked the guy in the nuts. Nut shot! And he was down. Lesnar picked up the microphone and he said, not scared. So Ricochet looked like a complete idiot out here, if you ask me. He wasn't killed by Brock Lesnar, nor did he put up a fight. He got kicked in the balls, and that was it. And Lesnar and Heyman just walked past the announce table in, as Heyman pretty much says, you're scared of him, aren't you? You're scared. So I'm sure people think Ricochet now is going to be the guy to eliminate Lesnar this Sunday at WrestleMania. Did I say WrestleMania? I'm sorry. I meant the Royal Rumble. They think he's going to eliminate him from that, but I don't know if that's really going to happen in that. And after what I just saw from here, I have no believability that Ricochet will eliminate Brock Lesnar from the Rumble. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that right now. But this did not help him, I feel like, in any way. Why would you send him out here? He's not that good of a promo in general. Nor Ricochet is already kind of going low on the totem pole anyways. Honestly, that superhero thing may have killed him, which I still like to say, which is funny to me. But he basically, yes, he was kicked in the nuts and he was done. There you go. Charlie Caruso interviewed Randy Orton backstage, talking about his match against Drew McIntyre tonight, that he's on par with him and winning the Royal Rumble match. Orton said he was a hell of a guy and everything. He's got a hell of a chop, he's got a hell of a future, but he's not on par with me, because the most dangerous 3 letters in wrestling right now are KO, which I guess he's trying to put him over this time. The match itself was not bad. I will say each day Orton is funny in the ring sometimes with oversell. I don't want to say overselling, but I don't know, I get a kick out of Orton in the ring nowadays for some reason. McIntyre nearly killed the timekeeper, kicking him with a Claymore kick. One thing I like was when they start chopping each other, Orton poked him in the eye and then he went for his DDT. He does that weird thing where he sticks his tongue out his mouth like this. I always thought it was funny. He gets ready to go for the RKO then, but McIntyre headbutted him, hit him with the glass cow kiss. He was about to go for the Claymore kick and everything, but Orton hit a power slam on him. Orton pretty much was about to hit some punches at him and hit a suplex on the top rope. Next thing you know, the OC comes out and attacks McIntyre, but Orton comes back in with a chair and whatnot, hitting everybody. AJ got out the ring, and I think Gallows Anderson got Claymore kicked, and Gallows got hit by a chair. Next thing you know, McIntyre and Orton had a stare down in after that, and everything, but he ended up hitting an RKO on him then, because McIntyre, I know Orton told him McIntyre's a tough son of a bitch, but he got RKO'd anyway, and as Orton walked away, McIntyre, he pretty much said Randy, and he says, give me a bloody microphone that works, which the microphone was working, by the way, and everybody could hear him, unless the arena couldn't hear him, but he threw the microphone away, and they gave him another one, and he says, Orton, I should have took you out now. I shouldn't trust you. I should have got you with that Claymore kick. And I know what that out of nowhere means now. And it's not going to happen again, because at the Royal Rumble, I'm going to kick your head off, and I'm going to go to WrestleMania and main event it. So, a great promo by McIntyre, but is he going to win the Royal Rumble? I don't know, but I heard he's an odds-on favorite right now. Charlotte was talking to Chaya Caruso about the Royal Rumble, which I felt like no one has really promoted this Women's Royal Rumble. Who's in it other than Charlotte? I feel like Charlotte's been the only one announced, or unless they just announce other women just for whatever. But I feel like a lot of it's not been announced. But Charlotte, she was the second to last woman standing in the Royal Rumble, and she's prepared to face anyone. Becky showed up, which why do I feel like it's going to be Becky versus Charlotte at WrestleMania? I don't know why I feel like Charlotte's just going to win the Royal Rumble. Just because of that little stare down, I feel like Charlotte's going to win it. I don't know why, but just because of that little quick stare down, something's going to happen. Even though both of these two main event WrestleMania last year anyways, including Ronda, I would not be surprised if this match happened again. But Charlotte pretty much said she was eliminated by someone who wasn't even supposed to be in the match and everything. And she's ready to face the 29 women this year, so get ready for that. Becky Lynch came out then, talked about her match with Kairi Sane, that the man is here, and that Asuka now, she's not afraid of Asuka anymore. She has her confidence back, basically, and that she's going to make history that Sunday, and that, Asuka, you're just going to go back on YouTube making soup again. Says, you can't beat me anymore, which you don't get the YouTube thing. Asuka does have a YouTube channel. I don't know a lot about it, but I know she makes a lot of food on there and plays a lot of video games. Old school games, by the way. Capcom. It was one Capcom machine she had. It was pretty cool, I'll say that. But Becky went against Kairi Sane. Asuka tried to get involved throughout the match, especially after commercial. Asuka sat on the turnbuckle, which I'm surprised the referee did not even try to stop her or make her get down off the turnbuckle and let her sit the whole time. The match itself with Kairi was okay and whatnot, but something about it was I've seen better, honestly, but I think a lot of people are more focused on Asuka just hanging on the top rope. Becky ended up getting a disarmer on Kairi and won the match, but Asuka attacked her right after, and put her in the Asuka lock then, and pretty much says no one is ready for Asuka then. They pretty much talked to her in the back. I know they spoke in Japanese because Sarah Schreiber says it's the champion you want to be. And she pretty much called out Becky and everything, and says no one is ready for Asuka. What else? I know they played a video package for Rocky Johnson. Yes, this tag match next now. Viking Raiders, War Raiders, I don't know, with Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens versus Seth and Buddy Murphy with AOP by their sides. Of course, AOP and Joe and Owens pretty much brawled out of there. And as this match went on itself, it wasn't a bad match. The finish didn't make a lot of sense to me. I know they knocked Hanson there off the top row, so Rowe was still in there. This makes no sense. Buddy Murphy hits a big V trigger on Rowe. And for some reason, the referee now goes to Buddy to check on him for some reason. Like, who was distracting? No one was being distracted here, so why did you check on him? Rowe was the legal man. Both him and Buddy were, so why was the referee checking on him after he just V-triggered him and whatnot? That didn't make a lot of sense. Seth got the curb stomped in on Raw, and Buddy pretty much pinned him after that, becoming the new tag team champions, which makes no sense because, number one, AOP are the actual tag team. And I imagine that AOP were going to be the ones to beat the War Raiders here. Why are Seth and Buddy the tag team champions for? I'm not against Buddy Murphy having a title. It's good he's finally getting a push. But if it would make more sense, wouldn't Seth be going after the WWE Championship and maybe Buddy going after, I don't know, the US title, and then AOP going after the tag belts if this is going to be a faction or whatnot? So why? I don't get it. None of this makes sense. It wasn't a bad match here or there. I honestly, I didn't even think they were going to win the tag belts in general, okay? I didn't even have no idea. I thought it would be some DQ finish or whatnot. I didn't really imagine them being some new tag team champions right now. That came out of nowhere. But if the AOP are the actual tag team, why are they not the tag team champions but Seth and Buddy are? I ask you that. Makes no sense. They celebrated backstage then, as they're all going to be in the Rumble match, which Seth says he's going to win the Royal Rumble 2 years in a row since he won last year. They then went to the Monday after the weekend update, the SNL thing they did with the Street Profits. I thought that was a one-time thing, by the way. I don't know, they started talking about Paul Heyman being a shrimp eating contest. Angelo Dawkins is sick of reboots, all these reboot shows, whatever, Party of Five and Lizzie McGuire. Honestly, there are too many reboots and too many shows, and they don't do them right in general. I've only seen a few reboots in the past few years actually done right, or at least a continuation of a rebooted show. And that goes for any like show or cartoon that tries to come back from the dead, which probably shouldn't have been killed to begin with, but either A, try to continue to finish the story, or try to do the whole story over, which makes no sense. Samurai Jack did it right. It wasn't technically a reboot, it was a continuation. I'll give it to DuckTales also. I don't know why I actually like that new show, but not a bad reboot though. So you got a rebooted show that I actually like? You know, I don't even know. And I'm not going to sit and try to name all of them right now. For some reason, those two are kind of at the top of my head. Because I can tell you a lot of reboots that suck. But since they had John Morrison, The Miz back, he put I Love reboots in. And they talked the truth, who was at the arena for the Royal Rumble. She said the F5 hurts, and you put it with a Z. And I didn't know he was talking about. And then they went to the Street Profits then, talk about Otis and Mandy Rose, which now they played a whole bunch of slow motion with Otis with his guts out while playing Val Venus's music. There's some music I haven't heard in a while, Val Venus, but they played his music. I know some people said online, remember when the Street Profits were cool? I think I said this before. And maybe I didn't watch enough of the Street Profits in NXT, but were these guys ever really that cool? I wonder that sometime. Because honestly, I called them Discount Crime Time. That's what I called them. But I don't know which one was worse on. Okay, I don't know. So I don't know what was going on with that. But with the Street Profits halftime. But they think this is over. But you know, they're just there to be hype men every week. And the minute you see them in the match, now they're back to hyping the show again. Even in the Saturday Night Live skit for some reason. Eric Rowan went against Matt Hardy. I should say Matt Hardy jobbing out to Eric Rowan, which makes no sense. Tell me, when is Matt Hardy's contract coming up again? March 1st? March 2nd? I can't wait. Hopefully he leaves and he brings his brother Jeff with him if he's clean, hopefully. But yeah, he jobbed to Eric Rowan, people. And of course the cage, which is probably a ferret, which Rowan slammed the cage, and there's an animal in there. So is it animal cruelty, I guess? I don't know. But yes, Matt Hardy jobbed to Eric Rowan. God, why? God only knows, I guess. And no one in this crowd cared. So I'm sure people are going to say right now, hey, Matt, AEW is waiting for you. Bring Jeff along. Broken gimmick. Honestly, I'll say this. The fact that Matt Hardy's jobbing makes no sense, but I don't care if it's AEW. I don't care if it's Impact. As long as if I get to see the broken gimmick again on either show, I would have no problem in it. Or as everybody wants to say, Matt Hardy is going to be the exhilarated leader to the Dark Order. Well, honestly, they may need him to get it over because that shit sucks as it is already. But honestly, hopefully he does leave this company when his contract is coming up soon. Because listen, I would love to see the broken gimmick again, even if it's. And I know I heard Impact is doing a one night only thing for WrestleMania weekend, which I'm sorry, TNA will be back from one night only. Listen, if you can bring the Hardys back and bring the broken gimmick back, I will watch that show and I'm all for it. I don't care, as long as I get to see it back on that show again. I love it, because I loved it when the broken gimmick was on Impact at the time, before Jeff Jarrett fucked that whole thing up. But if it's for a one-night only thing, I will have no problem seeing Matt and Jeff back in Impact, even if it's for one time, just to bring the broken gimmick back. I'd love to see it. Or they do an AEW. Bring Jeremy Borash with you, too. Bring him with you. But, yeah, Matt Hardy jobbing Eric Rowan. Bullshit. Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens were talking about the Rumble match. They're going to be in it, and I guess they're going to have to go through each other if necessary, if they're going to get to Seth. But, they both want to go to WrestleMania. Mojo OReilly was interviewed about the 24/7 title, talking about danger. The Singh brother tried to show up. They tried to roll him up, which he didn't even try to bulge enough, and he threw them somewhere. So I guess the roll-up thing isn't working anymore. It's Mojo OReilly. I don't care. Let me say this about Ricochet, too, by the way, too. It's funny. He beats Mojo OReilly last week, and now all apparent he's out there with Brock for some reason. Yeah, you beat Mojo OReilly, so why are you facing Brock now? I have no clue. You know what? I have literally no clue. Okay? Bobby Lashley and Lana. I didn't even know this was the main event. And, I so Lana's promo. I honestly was not paying attention to it because it's just very annoying. But apparently she gets heat. Rusev and Lana went against Bobby Lashley and Liv Morgan. I'll be honest with you, by the time I came back from the bathroom, this match was only 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay? That's how quick this match was. It ended up with Lashley once again beating Rusev. Lana, Liv Morgan broke up the first pin, but Lana grabs Rusev's foot. Lashley spears Rusev. It's over. Why doesn't Lana try to, I don't know. I keep saying Lana. Why doesn't Liv Morgan try to break up the pin? I have no freaking clue. So this was the ending to the Go Home show. By the way, like I said before, there was an extra 35 minutes on the show, but how was I wrong? I stopped the recording from there, but this makes no sense. So this is the Royal Rumble show, right? This is the Go Home. No big brawl to end it off. No type of closing big match angle with everybody beating the crap out of each other with a giant 10, 20, 50 man run in. Maybe we'll see that on SmackDown this Friday, or maybe NXT. I don't know how many NXT people in the Rumble, but maybe we'll see that on SmackDown this Friday or whatnot. Okay, but no really mention of the women's Royal Rumble and there's Charlotte being in it, which I feel like is the only person in it, because I have not heard anybody else saying they were in the Royal Rumble for the women except for Charlotte. I feel like there's been no build to the Royal Rumble personally, so the build-up sucks. Could the show be good Sunday? Maybe. I could be wrong. Hey, if the build-up sucks, maybe the show will be better. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens, okay? But this match was very quick, by the way. Just a strange way to close the go-home show. I didn't even hate this show all the way. Once you get to the third hour of Raw, that's where everything starts hitting the fan, okay? A lot of stuff hits the fan when you get to the third hour of Raw. I like the ladder match. I was surprised by the tag team title change. What else did I even like from this show? Yeah, you know what did I like from this show now that I think about it? I don't even know. The title change, which is still strange. I didn't hate the title change, but it was just strange. I like the ladder. I like the beginning. The Brock promos, whatever, but they killed Ricochet. I felt like nutshot. Rusev and Lana don't care. Matt Hardy, I hope he leaves soon enough. The Becky thing was alright with Asuka. I'll say that. But other than that, man, what else do I have to say about this show? It's Raw. I'm sure it'll get I don't know if the ratings will go down. But hey, I guess we'll see what happens from this show. I don't know. Alright. I have literally no clue. But hey, we will have a Royal Rumble review. We'll have a Worlds Collide review this Saturday also. But what will happen on SmackDown? I guess something, but just a strange way to close. I didn't even know this was the main event. It didn't even feel like the main event. I thought there was more to this show. Like I said, this thing wasn't going on till 10:35, what I saw on my TV. So I actually thought it was going to be some big angle going or close it. But the crowd did not suck. But once they get to the third hour, that's when they start to die off a little, I feel like. But yeah, that's Raw for you for this Royal Rumble Go Home show. Okay, this was the Go Home show for the Royal Rumble. What do I have to say? I don't even know. But this is my review. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be back for an Impact review. So watch out for that. Okay? But if this show pissed you off or just confused you or just made you any mad incapacity of what was going on, because there's probably confusing things I've already mentioned but probably don't remember right now to even go back over them to recap or whatnot. And everything, but if you are mad at this show, I only have this to say to you: keep calm and say tranquilo, senayo. I'm sure some people are gonna say I'm marking out for that, but hey, I like doing that. It's fun to me. Come on, who's the fucking champ right now? But yeah, like I said before, this is my review of Monday Night Raw. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about this show in general. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Follow me on Twitter, at HoodedKnight890. So just leave a comment on what you thought about this Monday Night Raw, or if it was even good to you or whatnot. Because once you get to that third hour, everything just starts hitting the fan. And just a very odd way of closing the show in general to Monday Night Raw. But other than that, I am done with this review. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I got an album to listen to.